Sacramento Kings make a signing trade deal for Demar Derozan, where he wanted out of Chicago. He signs a 3-year, $76 million deal, is Demar Derozan. So the San Antonio Spurs get Harrison Barnes in the deal, and the Chicago Bulls get Chris Duarte and 2 second-round picks and cash. So DeMar DeRozan now goes to a good team, obviously led by De'Aaron Fox, to bonus. And now to add DeRozan to those guys, it's a great players on that roster, no doubt about it, for the Sacramento King team. So last season, DeRozan, once again, a solid year, 24 points a game, 4.3 rebounds, 5.3 assists, 1.1 steals, and 48% from the field. So DeRozan, I think the numbers are going to drop off a little bit, obviously being the third option in this offense most likely. But he's still going to get his 20 points a game, I say. About 5 points, 5 assists once again. And he was never a good three-ball shooter, and the field goal percentage anywhere from 45 to 50%. So in terms of fantasy basketball, I don't think the value takes much of a hit for DeRozan, where he'll most likely be a player you draft anywhere from the 4th, 5th round range at latest. And this King team, they need another big name in there, I believe, to go with Fox and Sabonis. I know Harrison Barnes, he was decent, but he wasn't what they thought they were going to get from him after they signed him from the Golden State Warriors many seasons ago. So DeRozan, I like the landing spot. There was a lot of rumors that the Lakers were trying to get him, but then over the last few days, the rumor was the Kings were the front runners, and obviously they got that deal done. And now Harrison Barnes, instead of going to Chicago, he was sent to San Antonio in the deal. And it's a good move for San Antonio to add another veteran to go with Wembanyama, obviously Vasil, Raham, Jeremy Sokin. So they got a good nucleus of guys. And now to have 2 veterans to go with that core of young players, and Chris Paul, who they signed last week, and now Harrison Barnes, I think it's a good addition. Harrison Barnes, in terms of fantasy basketball, he'll be a late-round player. A guy could play some defense and hit the 3-ball and score anywhere from 12 to 15 points per game. Last season, 12.2 points a game, 3 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 1.8 threes, and 47% from the field. So I like this as a real-life move for San Antonio more than a fantasy basketball move. Like I said, another veteran in the locker room, and they got a good nucleus of young and veterans, and a team trying to make the play-in or even one of the top 6 spots now is San Antonio in a loaded Western Conference. And now to the Bulls, they get Chris Duarte, who's bounced around a little bit. Now, he's not going to have any fantasy value, 3.9 points a game last year, 1.8 boards, 38% from the field. And it was more about the draft picks and some cash, getting 2 second-rounders, even though they're not that valuable, obviously, anymore, second-round picks, and some cash consideration. So Duarte's not going to have fantasy value. And DeRozan, like I said, 3rd to the 5th round range, and Harrison Barnes, a later-round flyer player. So I like the deal, obviously, for the Kings. They need another big-time guy in there to go with Fox and Sabonis if they wanted to take the next step and be a top 6 team in the Western Conference. And for the Spurs, it's a good deal as well. They absorb Barnes' contract. He can help the younger guys, and another veteran to add to a young locker room. So DeMar DeRozan was the top free agent remaining on the market. It's traded in a sign and trade deal to the Kings, and we'll see if he can help this King team and have a great fantasy season once again entering the 2024-25 season.